Welcome. Week 5 is in the books. We have an exciting update for you guys here with the slew of videos coming out with the state of the franchise. Yes, special guest Grant coming in. We're going to be talking about your franchise and your future. Let's go. All right, Jerry Maguire, 5-3. This is probably the most competitive what do I want to say, division that we have. 5-3, power ranking 440 or 44. Scored 2,400 points, average, pretty high average at 308. Okay, and then points against at 220 or 2,200. I mean, at 275 points against, and this division is all 2-2 against each other.
Yeah, that's what's wild, isn't it?
So they've all split. This division is wide open for anyone to take it. Are you going to take advantage of it? It's the issue. Okay, look at these quarterbacks here. Tom Brady, Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, just oozing with talent. Probably the two best quarterbacks that I've seen together in the league so far. With Hurt and Jackson. And probably no other reason to need any other running back or quarterbacks outside of that. Outside of Riddler, I probably wouldn't field anyone else.
It looks like he's hoarding quarterbacks, if you ask me.
Yeah, and there's so many quarterbacks in this league. You only start one. Like, this does nothing but take up cap space and when it could be used for draft capital.
Exactly. Agreed.
All right, running backs. Move it on down. He's got some guys that are scoring some points, but they're all kind of like, let's just run through Connor, who's injured. Cook, hasn't looked good so far, even though all the hype. Henderson, who's surprisingly starting, but not really putting up points. Morset, he should be starting now. Singletary, Stevenson, Jonathan Taylor, that's the stud, but he's been injured and not really, that offense is looking pretty stale. And then you got some Williamsons down here, so Jamal producing the most points from a backup role too.
Yeah, well, Swift has been hurt a lot, so yeah, he's gotten a lot of carries.
I mean, I like his group of running backs here.
What's hurting him is Taylor not putting up Taylor numbers.
Yeah, Taylor should probably have like 100 points, really.
Yeah, I mean, and Connor's not, has been hurt, so he's 5-3, right? So I'm sure this is the area that's hurt him in what we're talking about. So.
Yep. Well, he should get a boost with Stevenson. If Harris is out. So, and then his wide receivers, man, he needs so much, because you could start 4 wide receivers in this league. So you got Robbie Anderson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, or Sky Moore. I like all of these guys. Robbie, of course, Sky Moore, not really playable, but the rest are there. He just needs better depth.
Yep, you're right.
I would, depending on what you're looking at, I would look at moving one of these big guys here, for multiple assets. I would really move off like a Cooper Kupp for multiple like B+ assets. Mark Andrews, Taysom Hill, Logan Thomas. I can't start Taysom Hill just because he doesn't do anything outside of run the ball. And Mark Andrews just, one of the best tight ends, so you're fine there.
The only way he'll get started is if you double start tight end.
Yeah, which I think you could double start. You could start Hill, instead of a fourth wide receiver over Robbie, you start Hill. But
right.
you should. It's only if you have an issue with the running back or with the wide receiver and running back. Always, I would start a running back or a wide receiver over Taysom Hill pretty much all the time.
Yep.
Okay, he's got 2 kickers. They're fine. Folk and Katie York. Defensive tackles, you could start both of these guys. I mean, 101 and 84. I would just like to see a little bit more depth there. Defensive end, Hickerson, Hubbard. This guy here, Kerry Hyder and Williams, Smith Williams. Again, I mean, not too bad, but you got some scoring guys here, but you're not in that 100 point yet with these guys. And then, some pedestrian low points guys here. Linebackers, again, you're only starting the 2, although Deion Jones just got traded. And then, you got Fred Warner and Baker here putting up pedestrian numbers. He needs
another linebacker really bad.
Yeah.
Right now.
Corner, I mean, he's got one good guy, Ward, and then the other guys are not scoring any points at all. I'm surprised his record is as good as he is, but based upon this kind of like depth of defense that I'm looking at here. And then his safeties, you got a rookie safety that's putting up 82 points, Winfield putting up 85, and then a straight nothing and nothing, and Logan Ryan, I don't know about that guy, but this guy got injured, so he would have been one of the top tier guys. But I mean, 80 points is no slouch for a safety right now. That's actually pretty high. So the safeties are stepping up where his linebackers are not. But he needs help in linebackers, corners, and DT. He needs help on the defensive side. He's got probably 2 too many quarterbacks and probably 1 too many running back, and he needs to put that on the defensive side. Grant, what do you think?
Oh, you're right. 100% agree with that. Yep. You need
Sweet.
to pick up a couple guys there at the safeties, right? You're talking?
Yeah, yep. The safeties, corners, and linebackers are
just need a couple of dudes in there.
Yep. But he would have to probably drop a quarterback in a running back though to do it.
Yeah. And cap space. I mean, he's got 17 mil, so he can almost 18 million. So he's got room to navigate.
Yep. All right.
That's what the cap for. Help you out.
The draft picks here, and check it out. I gotta get to it. Sorry.
You're right.
He's got a first and a third and fourth this year, and a first, third, and fourth next year. So pretty easy. Not a lot of capital space, but he's got some. Having the first round draft pick is important too, and having a few late rounds because you could snag a guy or two, a running back that was picked up in the third round. In real life, in the third or fourth round for us.